David Byard, who is the Executive Officer of ABA. David is going to talk to us about the supermarket duopoly here in Australia, meet standards Australia rating system, and produce a share of the retail dollar. Thank you, David.
Okay, so I had to prove this up to three. Okay, can we start with this one, please?
Sorry?
Right, okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Right, okay, I've got it right. Okay, when you sell a beef, and I'm sure you all sell carcass beef over the scale, you'll get paid according to the teeth. If you've got big teeth like mine, they'll be 2-tooth, then you go to 4-tooth, and then you get to prime steer, and then you get to A. A in everything else is A. I always would have liked an A at school, I never got one. But everybody would like an A. Academically, we've been told since we're kids, we need an A at the top of the class. In the meeting bit, it's the boy. So why in the heck would you have it? Because this is the way Osmead says. Who runs Osmead? Of course the process is run. So it's the box in charge of their match. So here we go, YG, you'll probably get about $3.40 for YG, PR will be about $3 a kilogram, you'll come about $2.80. Then we'll be at $2.40. So anti-active both got that. YP will be about $3, and then you'll come down accordingly, gradually until you get to 4. Thank you. Next one, please. Next one. Oh, you've got, thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, we've got the carcass beef. The interesting thing to me is the carcass beef, when we sell it here, all this carcass beef we sell, we get paid accordingly. When we get discounted out in, but when it gets to the other end, what is here is brought up to you as a very poor, low-grade product, is sold at a premium price. And that seems incredibly wrong to me. I'm always worried about that, and I always think that does an enormous amount of damage. We went out to a tea last night, and I'll never eat beef when I go out for tea, but Linda ate it, so I thought I'd better chew beef. So I chewed. So we all chewed madly. It was awful, it was disgusting stuff. But that was probably enough, because most supermarket restaurants actually look for the cheapest deal. So they can buy the prices. Thank you. So okay, here I've got a process of retail. This actually came off screen. So in the actual fact, we look at YG, $20.30, PR $17.50, $9.90, $10.70, and manufacturing beef, which in my book should always go through the mixer. It doesn't. And I think we ate something like manufacturing beef last night too. So I really think that's a very poor form. So these are the sort of prices they pay. MSA, of course, $22.80. It's the top of the tree. It's the wonderful stuff. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, John. I was waiting to leave the cop. Second was to go to cop. Right, okay. So in actual fact, when we've got A, we look at this. This was in my newspaper in Tasmania. You're a bit slow down there. But we had red hot special, A-grade Scotch fillet, $12.95. You expect to go in and have an A-grade Scotch. You expect something very special, but it's the rubbish. And I actually went and looked at this, and I'm sure it's manufacturing beef. Thank you. Next one. Okay. MSA. Let's get to MSA. MSA, when it first came out, was this system was going to beat everything into shape. We were going to get a system that actually told us when we ate beef, it was guaranteed quality. We never see a clapped out laying for our masquerades of prime chicken. The chicken might be bland, but it's never tough. It's always tender. The beef, a completely different thing. When you've got A, you've got an adult cattle going through it and making all the best of it. It makes a real muck of the whole system. So MSA, when they first brought it out, the best system God ever created. And people said, no, the process of the retail said, we're not going to adopt this. We're making too much money out of this. We don't want this to happen. So few reviews was offered. So what did they do? They went along and they said, we'll water it down for you somewhat. So what they actually did is they went along and said, well, okay, what do you want us to do? Get your grades. We don't want any A graders. We want our graders, whom we can control. Then they said, okay, DNA testing. So if you've got a piece of meat like we got last night, you can take it along to the MSA people, guidance MSA, and say, hey, listen, have a look at this. What is it? Is it one of your MSA material? So DNA testing is gone. So nobody can actually trace it back. It's gone completely. So all these things are built up over a period of time, but they've really come to a real problem for us. Thank you for the next one. Okay, an example, prime example. Now, my photography is nothing great, but if you can see here what we've got here, we've got a piece of scotch up here. It's reasonably good for my vote here. That'll be a yearling piece of scotch. Lovely stuff. Then we get down here, and this is when we look Probably this is probably a 10, which comes up a cow, a bone good 10. So this Scotch, we cooked it all at the same time. The dog ate it. It was delicious for the dog, but we couldn't eat it. So up here, absolutely brilliant. And that would be proud wheat steak like that. If I get that all the time, I'd be quite happy to eat it. So as I said, when I go out, chicken, and after last night's effort, I will be eating chicken in the future. So this sort of stuff is grainy, old ranky stuff. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. MSA, cost and effectiveness. And what's it cost us? They did an independent, so-called independent. MLA is very good at doing independent inquiries. It was 210 by 2007 we spent on it. What have we got out of it? The return to producers $994 million. I think somebody's got that by mistake. I think that should be the process has got $994 million. How much does it cost for now? Or we can say $500 million. MSA improved consumer confidence. Ring the bell, that one. Has MSA improved consumer confidence in beef? To my way of thinking, no. It's only caused the falsity there that's cost the producers a heck of a lot of money. Because what's actually happening is that now they've got bone groups 1 to 18. Woolworths go from 1 to 10 bone groups. But when you get up towards 10, you're eating cow beef. You're eating very old cow beef. Now people say we've got to sell our cow beef. Fine, sell it. But don't put it and destroy our domestic market, because that's what you're doing. If we continue on down this road, we'll continue and we'll see the slide. As Brad talked about earlier, we've seen the slide of consumption going back down. Next one, please. According to Coles, and this is the sort of things that come out. Now, in 2007, Peter McGorran, God bless his soul, he said to us, look, I want to know why producers are receiving record lows, while at the other end of the spectrum, I've seen the producers paying record prices for their meat. So the ACCC kindly came along and said, yes, we'll do it for you, Peter. So the evidence given to the parliamentary, when they actually called on the ACCC, they went along and the ACCC said, yes, we'll get Coles and Woolworths in. Coles actually said the producer gets 53% of the retail dollar. Now, if you believe that, pigs might fly. Now, evidence given that Coles by Parliamentary Rural Committee suggests that rural suppliers get half to 2/3 of the retail dollar. Who represented us there? The MLA, the Cattle Council? I didn't see anybody there. I went wrong, but I don't think many others did. MLA suggested prices in 2000 gets 36% of the retail dollar, again in November this year. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, this has got me a bit curious. So I wrote back and asked the question in one of the publications, it was Beef Central. We asked the question, how did you arrive at these figures? So we couldn't figure it out. So then MLA kindly came back and said, yes, we were using old figures. We were paying up here at $4.20. Well, the price of beef has gone down to $3.20. So that made me more curious. So I thought, we've got to work on this. So we actually got there, and then MLA came out and said, out of the carcass, which showed you a minute ago, we get 57% yield out. That's all you get. Not that this is strange. So, and it's about 70%. We maintain the 70% mixing. So we actually, the ABA, rattled the name together. We've got the University of Tasmania, we've got a film crew, we filmed the whole thing, which you probably saw when you first came in. We actually filmed the whole thing so we could find out how much. So we had independent auditors there from time from the University of Tasmania, graduate students all the way. So everything was made sure that we had everything out. So when we got our carcass, which I'll show you in a minute, the cut up recorded and filmed by an independent auditor, all cuts identified and sliced the case ready mix. There was no mistakes. You couldn't go and say, well look, 70%, 57%, we knew what we had. ABA produced a spreadsheet and the value. Now can I have the spreadsheet please? Right, thank you. Okay, so here we've got up here, we're paying a 200 kilogram carcass we worked on. We worked on what price have we got there? We worked on $2.40. Now that would be cow beef price. Bear in mind that people are buying beef off us at cow beef prices, carcass beef, and they're selling as a first grade product. So this was sort of, I went to my local Woolies, I got down there and we found out that we got $2,190, which is about 21% on $2.40. Now if we actually change that, which you can do on your computers at home, we change that to $3.20. School teachers don't know what to do. Yeah, $3.20, thank you. $3.20, you'll get $6.40 for it, so you'll actually end up getting what percentage of it? Is that right? 3.20? 29%. So we get 29%. So you can actually manipulate the figures and say the retail prices are lower at my supermarket than that. So you can actually go through it. So it's on your computer, on Google Earth, it's very easy to find, and you can say, well, we don't believe this fellow. Well, have a look yourself. Thank you. Right, okay. This is a very interesting one, came out in the Weekly Times the other day. We have a look in 1970, we were getting, in my estimate, my calculations, we were getting about $1.50 per litre. The producer was getting 70%, or nearly half the retail price, which the US is actually getting 50% of the retail price. The producer there getting 50%. Now, we're lucky here. So what's actually happened here? The MLA says to us, okay, we understand what's actually happened here. Beef's gone from 1970, it's gone up to $15.59 a kilogram, I think Lachlan tells us. So, in actual fact, beef, poultry, look where poultry's gone. Flavoursome, wholesome, tender, whatever you want to be, it's certainly not flavoursome. But chicken has stayed there. What's actually caused this? The MLA says the cost of production of chicken has not reduced, but the cost of producing beef has gone up, resulting in price difference. Now, I just can't get that through my thick head of what they're talking about there, because it hasn't gone up. When we look here, the retail price down here is $1.60, it's gone up $16, it's gone up a factor of 10. Chicken has gone up by a factor of 6. The producer over here is lucky to get twice as much as he was getting in 1970. So the fact is all wrong there, I think. So in actual fact, we look at that and we say, well, okay, the MLA chart, the MLA, when they put this thing out according to this, the MLA said the red meat is worth about $8.6 billion, a huge industry. The MLA doesn't focus on capital consumption per so focus on additional value. The reason why they always were very proud of their consumption, but now they're going to per capita. Now who's the value affecting? It's certainly not going to the producer, it's going to the processors and the retailers, but we're missing out badly here when we look at all that through. Thank you, Darren. Okay, when we have a look at chicken, and I think this was a guesstimate made because this was an old chart, and we were, 1975, the price of beef went through the floor, as everybody can remember, horror time. We had the beef prices went through the floor. Beef prices don't go through the floor now because we've got the retail market owned by probably 80% by the supermarket. So we just don't see those through the floor. So we had, in 1970, we were eating 70 kilograms of beef per family and child. By the turn of the century, when MLA came into being, we were about 40 kilograms, and now we've got to about 31 kilograms. Chicken has continued the old march up to about 45 kilograms, and still getting better all the time. So that's where we're missing out badly, I think, with consumption. And after our effort last night of eating beef, I wonder why. Thanks. The summary, very brief. Producers are heavily discounted for the carcass beef, not passed on to consumers. So when you get discounted for an old cow, because it is an old cow, that doesn't come through. It comes through as a first-grade product, which has dual effect that knocks people's confidence around. The carcass yield is 70%, not 57%. Oils and meats is ignored now because we've got this MSA grading system here, where it was a cow from the gate, from the abattoir right through the plate, and now it's MSA. It might be done in group 18, it might be in a box for 30 days, that's another trick, 30 days. When it comes out of the processing, right, okay, well, I've been finished, thank you. The processing, when it comes through the processing, the box from the processor, it's got MSA that's not, but it's not MSA for 30 days, and small writing has got, this will be MSA in 30 days. Well, the retailers and the retailers and what are we trying to say? The supermarkets and where we went last night, the restaurants are not taking notice of that. Beef consumption is down, costing despite the million spent. What's the answer to my way of thinking? We need gold, silver, bronze. Gold can be MSA Star 5, which the Star 5 system's gone out the window. We just have MSA now, but we have a point system, gold, silver, bronze. So we have gold and silver MSA, and then bronze is anything. If you eat bronze, it's a lucky dip in consistency. But if we have something that says gold and silver is really up there, the answer one cattle board to collect and distribute all beef legs. Thank you for your time.